Example 5.17. Well, to draw the Lewis electron dot diagram for the polyatomic ion sulfite, what you need to do is figure out how many valence electrons are present. So in SO3 2-, there is 1 sulfur, 3 oxygen, and then you have 2 electrons from the charge because the charge is 2-. So I'm going to include the 2 electrons in the charge in my tally of valence electrons. See how this works out. So looking at a periodic table, oxygen and sulfur are both in group 6A. So both oxygen and sulfur have 6 valence electrons. Looking at a simplified periodic table, once again, oxygen and sulfur, well, they're in the 6th column over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They both have 6 valence electrons. I explained the simplified periodic table in an earlier video in the What is Chemistry channel. So in the polyatomic ion sulfite, we have 1 sulfur atom, so that's 1 times 6. 3 oxygens, 3 times 6, and 2 electrons from the charge. So that's 2 times 1. Now I'm going to do my valence electron tally. 6, 18, and 2 makes 26 valence electrons to distribute. So I'm going to start by putting the sulfur down as the central atom. I'm putting 3 oxygens down around that and connecting the oxygens to the central atom with a single line representing the sharing of a pair of electrons. So now I'm going to draw the dots on the lines. Each pair of dots represents the sharing of a pair of electrons in a chemical covalent bond. Now, each of the outside atoms, the oxygens, each oxygen actually sees 2 electrons. It wants to see 8, so it needs 6 more. So I'm going to give each oxygen 6 more valence electrons. And finally, the last oxygen gets its 6. Now I look at the central atom. Central atom only has 2, 4, 6 electrons around it. It's got to have 8, so I'm going to give it 2 more. All right. How many electron dots do I have down here now? Well, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. I had 26 electrons to distribute. It's looking pretty good. However, in order to draw this Lewis electron dot diagram, I had to include 2 electrons from the charge on the sulfide ion in my tally. So I have to put that information back in the picture. You do that by drawing square brackets around the polyatomic ion in your Lewis electron dot diagram and put the charge there, 2-. That's how you draw the Lewis electron dot diagram for this particular polyatomic ion.